And okay, once again, welcome you guys. We're going to talk today about how to write a good blog and how to make it so that it's good for your search engine optimization for your website. So what we're going to do is the first thing I want to show you is everything that we record today is going to be available on the Resource Center. And if you need to refer back to what you learned, you don't need to really take detailed notes because you can come back to the video. So in Resource Center, you're going to go to Resources, and then you're going to see over on the right hand side there's going to be the Technology Monday webinars that you can click. So this is last week's. We talked about how to get on page one of Google. And again, one of the facets of that is writing good blog content. And you don't need to do a lot of it. I'd say at least once a month. Try to write a blog post maybe once every 2 weeks would be good too. That'd be really the best. But whatever your goal is as far as your search engine optimization goes, you want to make sure that whatever your forte is. Let's just say it's today we're going to look at Traverse City waterfront condos, okay, and that's going to be what I'm going to blog about. If that is your thing, then you're going to want to write some blog posts about that in pretty consistent fashion. If you're in Muskegon and let's just say that I don't think there's a lot of farmland in Muskegon. Maybe there is, but let's just say that you are, a farm. You're into selling farms in Muskegon, then you're going to want to write blog posts about that very subject. So if you have a couple different things that you specialize in, you're going to want to write different blog posts about those different things. That'll help you to get placed in Google. And one thing that I get asked all the time, how are people going to find your blog posts? It automatically gets read by virtue of the search engine spiders that are out there. Your blog posts will get read automatically. You can speed it up a little bit if you submit your blog post to Google, and we can show you how to do that when we get near the end of our conversation today. But that's just a kind of a synopsis of what we're going to talk about here. Now, in your online office here, you also have a drop-down menu for your website, and inside of website is your blog. And once you click that, then you can just click New Post. So keep that in mind. You just go to Website Management, go to Blog, and then just go and click New Post. And then you're ready to rock. Now, before you start writing, though, you want to have good content. In order to have good content, you have to do a little bit of research so that you can speak intelligently about the subject that's under consideration. So what I chose to do today was to talk about, let's just say that, kind of pretend that Traverse City waterfront condominiums was my thing, and if that was what I was focused on, then what would I do? Well, I'd go into my MLS. I'm just going to kind of briefly share this with you. Now, your MLS is going to look different from mine, but we're in what's called Paragon here, and we're just kind of doing some searches. And what I do is I go to search, and I search single family, and then I pop in the parameters. I've already got it kind of preloaded here. I'm going with all solds, all of the homes that have sold in 2017. Well, let me just start from the scratch here. What I first start out by doing is I go to 2018, and I check out from January 1st of 2018 till today. And I want to know what's sold, and then also I choose the county, in this case Grand Traverse County, and then what I do is I drop down menu to waterfront, gated waterfront, and condo yes. So those are all marked, and that's pretty much what I'm looking at here. So what I find when I do the count is there's 37 different condominiums that have sold so far this year that are waterfront in nature in Grand Traverse County. And so that gives me kind of a benchmark. So now what I like to do also is take a look at what happened last year, same period of time. So I'm going to drop this down to 2017. So you write down 37. You want to have some figures in mind. And then I do a quick search the same period of time. In last year's time period was 41. So 37, 41. There were more that sold last year than this year. And if you had to ask yourself the reason that that's true, what would you say? It's got to be the inventory, the active condominiums. The demand is still there. We know we're still in a hot market. So the fact is that there is a lack of inventory of all the different types of property that we're talking about. So that's really, that's something that you have to draw that conclusion too, right? So you'll know that in your market depending on the search that you're doing. So 41 sales 2017, 37 2018. So you kind of write that down so you can speak intelligently about it. You write down the dates that we're talking about here. And then what I do is kind of look at and drill down, look at the data a little bit in a more finite fashion. So we're still in 2017. So then we hit search. And then we want to look at a report that is more of a spreadsheet. And so I just do it by address. And what we're looking at here now is an average sale price. If you look at sold price, the average is 288 in 2017. So then I write that down, 288, right? 288,000. So I'm kind of writing that down right now. And the average time in the market is at 204 days. So you may want to write that down, 204 days. My pen all of a sudden puked on me, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to go back now. Okay, we're going to go back to our search result here. And we're going to change it to 2018. And again, see, we're preparing our blog, how we're going to write our blog, right? So this is going to give us some content so that we can speak intelligently about what we're talking about here, right? So now we're going to look at 2018. And again, 37, we're going to look at the data in a little bit, dig a little bit deeper. And so now we're looking at the average, look at that, the average time on the market is 141 days. See, that lends itself to, 141 days as opposed to, what was it, 200 days or whatever it was? See, I tried to write it down, but, so 141 as opposed to 200 days, in excess of 200 days, right? That lends itself to really the thinking of how hot the market is and how little inventory there is. Things are going a lot quicker, a lot faster than they were. And then you have an average sales price of 306 as opposed to 288. So those are some things that you can write about when you speak about your topic. Okay, so and it all, we're kind of reverse engineering how we write this blog. We're looking at the data, then we're going to write the information in the blog. So I'm going to pop on over now that we know what we know, and you can do some calculating here. You just take the 306 minus 288 equals 18, and 18 divided by 306, 306 equals like a 6% increase in the price, right? So price has increased by 6%. Now then, if you take the and you would write that down, right? 6% increase in price. Then you would zero out your calculator there, and you'd say, okay, 204 days minus what was it, 188 days? I can't remember here. So 16 days sooner. So 16 divided by 188. Oh, no, it's 141. Nope, let me go back here. So 204 minus 141 equals 63 days. 63 days quicker, divided by the base is 140, is 204. 63 divided by 204. So it's 30% faster homes are selling right now. So again, these are some things that you can write in your blog. So let's move over to the blog. So remember, when you want to write a blog, you go to website management, you go to blog, and then you click new post. And then that brings you to your post. So that's where I'm at over here. I've already kind of started this, right? So I want to drop this down to post. And I like to allow comments. You can change the date if you don't want to post right now. You can suggest that it go to the city and neighborhood blog for your area. And then you can also try to see if the company will take it too. Now, not all the time will the company want to post your blog. It depends on whether or not it's really a company thing or whether it's something more local. It may not get picked up. So, but notice here, this is kind of the keys. These are the keys. So remember, my whole purpose in writing this blog is my thing, my forte, my niche is Traverse City waterfront condos for sale. So that is what I want to win in Google. I want to be on page 1 of Google. That's what you have to put as your title. Then you title it again inside of the blog article, and then I underlined it right there. And then here you start writing your paragraphs. So there's more demand than ever for Traverse City waterfront condos. The Traverse City, Michigan condo development projects are appearing everywhere. The average sale price is $306,000 for 2018, compared with um, $288,000 for 2017. Now, the other thing that we've concluded is that the average market time is 141 days for, and then notice I copy and pasted that. The average market time is 141 days for Traverse City waterfront condos. And then we can take out the word for sale. In 2018, kind of sounds redundant, doesn't it? As compared with 204 days for 2017. This this is a reflection, and then again, you can definitely get the marketing department to help you write this stuff. This is a reflection of the lack of inventory of, and then fill in the blank, Traverse City waterfront condos for sale. All right, so again, you would probably want to write a few more paragraphs, or maybe one more paragraph. You don't need to be a big, long-winded, blowhard type, hey, I'm the coolest, I know more about this than that than you do, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to write a ton of crap, because most people aren't going to want to read your whole thing anyway, right? So just get to the point. Just what are the facts? Just tell me the facts, just like, the Judge Wapner, he says, tell me the facts, ma'am. People would go off on all these tangents. Just the fact is, there's more demand than ever for Traverse City waterfront condos, and then what are the reasons why that's true? And then you can say, look, the average sale price is 306 as opposed to 288 last year. The average, and I spelled average wrong. You do want to do a spell check. The average market time is 141 days for Traverse City waterfront condos 2018, compared with 204 days 2017. This is a reflection of the lack of inventory. Traverse City waterfront homes for sale. Okay, now what do you do? So you write another paragraph. In my opinion, you write another small paragraph. Then here's what you do. You go to your website, and I'm in my website, and you do a search. And this is a search of Traverse City condos for sale. And then you take that link, which is right up in your address bar. So again, let me just show you how to do this. You go to your website, then you type in Traverse City, or whatever city you're in. Okay? And then you're going to see a map of your area. And it's taking a little while to load. Then you're going to go to Advanced Search, and you're looking at the style of the home here, and we're going to select condominium. And then you're going to go to the search button at the bottom. And now you have all the condos in Traverse City. Now, I could probably click waterfront, blah, 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 but I'm not going to do that right now. Let's just click the link. Now we're going to copy that link. Notice I highlighted it so it's all blue. Then I'm going to copy it. I'm going back over to my blog. And then I'm going to say for all the, and then paste. Whoops. For, okay, I'm going to rewrite this. To see all the current Traverse City waterfront, and again, they're going to see everything, right? But waterfront condos for sale today. Click here. Okay, and then as far as clicking here goes, I'm going to highlight the click here. I'm going to go to my little link that's in your little bar here. Then we're going to hit paste. You're going to right click and paste. You're going to click OK. Now they have that link here. Now, if you want to get a little bit fancier, you could go to Google and you could just type in waterfront condo, and you could get an image from Google, and you'd want to get one that is, it looked like something that was in Traverse City. So you could probably type in like Traverse City, but then you got to worry a little bit about copyrights, right? So I guess be careful about that. But you grab one of these images, of Traverse City waterfront condo. Let's just take this one and save image as water condo, and then make sure you save it on your desktop, and then we're going to hit save. Okay, then you go back over to your blog. Now you're going to insert a photo. Again, this is maybe fancier than you need to be, but sometimes people like to see a photo, and when they read a blog, they'd rather see a picture. That's fine, so we're going to pop that in there. And it looks like it's way too big, so we're going to do a free crop. I don't know, this is probably not the best way to do this. Just trying to get the whole image here, or just most of it. But we do have to kind of make it smaller, right? So let's hit crop, and we're going to hit save. We'll click OK. And we're still going to make it, I'm going to make it about 600. Hopefully that's not too wide. So again, you want to have an image here perhaps. Then you take that image and you highlight it, and then you can also link the images to your search. And you click OK. Now again, you don't have to do that. Yep. So anyway, this is a good way to write a blog. You have maybe an image in there, maybe a couple images if you want to. Make sure that you speak intelligently about the topic that you're talking about. Make sure you pepper it with that same phrase that you want. Your title is going to be congruent with your goals for SEO. You're going to have that phrase peppered throughout your paragraphs. You're going to have a link, because ultimately, when they find your page, you want them to be linked to you. Now, when the consumer clicks that link, what's going to happen? Well, they're going to be given this page right here, and if they click on one of these listings, then, and they ask for information, even though it's listed with another agent, when they click to request more information, I will indeed get the lead. So it does make you sticky with the consumer, which is really what your whole goal is, right? So that'll help you to get some more leads. Very good. So I think that pretty much sums it up. So what we want to do now is you can add some tags to it. Traverse City foreclosure, add, how about condos, Traverse City condo for sale. You can add whatever tags you want here, right? You can type in Traverse City and then waterfront homes. So add as many tags as you want. Those are kind of invisible to the consumer. They won't see them, but the website, the Google search engine will see those different tags. So now we're going to hit save. Please correct the errors. Oh yeah, the date. Let's go ahead and post it today. Save. Okay, your post has been successfully saved. So So now there you have it. That's how. See, that didn't take a lot of time, did it? So you do a little bit of research inside your MLS. Make sure that you write down some of those numbers. Um, make sure that you focus on how hot the market is. Maybe there's a lack of inventory. You could lure maybe a seller to give you a call. That's possible, but more than likely it's going to be a buyer that lands on your page, and this is going to help you with your search engine optimization for sure for those keywords that you're trying to win the battle of inside of Google. So hey, that's it for today. Any questions? Let's see if there's any questions here. How does it sync to the neighborhood blog? That is a great question. Let's see. Neighborhood blog. You know what? That's. I think I'm stopped at that question because it used to be that you would choose a neighborhood from here, and I'm not seeing where we choose neighborhoods anymore. So I'm going to have to call the help desk on that because I do not know the answer, and I'm kind of baffled by the question because I don't see where this is done anymore. Let's just say local attractions, market reports and conditions. How's that? Save. Yeah, anytime you make a change, it automatically makes the change too, right on the fly. Yeah, I don't see where the neighborhood thing is there. That's a great question. We'll look into that. Any other questions? All right. Appreciate everybody's attention today. We are going to, again, record this. We'll get it uploaded by tomorrow afternoon, likely. And so, again, we appreciate everyone's attendance and have a great rest of your week. Take care now.